Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and peace, blessing, and safety to all Akim out there pushing his truth throughout the four corners of the earth, to the hopeful elect out there. This is the brother Hadabiar coming back at you with another one. And you know, we just have to be patient. We just in this walk, in this journey, on this path to 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 salvation, path of righteousness. We have to be patient. It requires a lot of patience. And I feel like having patience is a gift, because not many have it. I definitely know that it's something that I have had to learn within this within this journey. And I'm still trying to get better. So we need to be patient. We need to be patient and just the things that we have to endure, and ultimately be patient and waiting for Yahweh Shai to come back and deliver us. And and Lord willing, we are of the elect. We hope and pray that we are, and that the Lord will find mercy upon us, and just deliver us out of this hellhole. So first precept I want to go into is James 5:7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the hand the 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 husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and had long patience for it, until he receiveth the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. So we're sighing, we're crying, we're waiting, we're waiting on Yahweh Shai to to come back, you know, to get us out of here. And a lot of people lose patience. Some people come into the truth, and they feel like so much time has gone by, and they just, first of all, they lack faith. That's like faith and patience. They go hand in hand. Because if you don't have faith, in Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, then it's hard to be patient. Because you just want everything to just just happen. People. Jake don't want to endure. Don't want to endure in this long suffering life. But in order to receive that reward, we must be patient. We must be patient and not lack faith. Because the Lord he's coming. He's coming very soon. And with everything happening now, it's a clear sign that Yahweh Shai he's getting ready. He's getting ready to come. And it could happen, within the next few months. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but in long suffering to usward, not willing that any perish, but that all should come to repentance. So, though it may, feel like a long time, and yeah, though it may feel like a long time, it's really not, because the time here and the time in the heavens is, it's two different things, you know. So it says like one, and I remember when I first came into the truth and I heard this precept, it blew it blew my mind, just to think that 1,000 years here, was one day unto the Lord. So, though it may, seem like a really long time, you know, in actuality, it's not. But just down here, it feels that way. So, I was gonna say something. Lost my thought. Yeah. So the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. He says, the Lord says he's coming back, and he's gonna come back. You know, whether Jake want to believe it or not, Yahweh Shai is going to return. And he's going to return. Very soon. And that's why that's why the elect they're gonna have patience. Because they're gonna wait on Yahweh Shai. We have no choice. All our faith and trust is in Yahweh Shai. You know, we believe that he's going to return. He's going to return to earth and to deliver his elect. While it may seem, to many like it's never going to happen, we believe. Or I remember what I was gonna say, and think of, I've only been in this truth, a few years, and think about, when I think about the apostles, you know, Apostle Tahar, been in this thing 40 plus years, and the rest of the apostles like 30 plus years, and to see them, still on fire, and have never, missed a step, they're you know they haven't lost faith. And then you see these, other men that will come in the truth and then fall out within a few months, years, 5 years, 10 years. They lack faith. They lack faith, and they don't have the patience. They don't have the patience to wait upon the Lord. They rather go back into the world and be lost. This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, though it may seem like a long time, though it may seem like the impossible, that it's not going to happen, it is. Everything in this book is truth. Everything in this book has happened or is going to happen. It is going to be fulfilled. Prophecy is being fulfilled right now. We are living in very prophetic times. But Jake lacks that vision. They want everything to just manifest and happen on their time, on their schedule. When we're not in control in this thing. Only Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is the one that's in control of everything. And things are gonna only happen when he sees it fit to happen. So, though it may seem like, things ain't gonna happen because life has been going on like this for centuries, best believe it's gonna happen. Just like in the days of Noah. Noah prophesied for 120 years, told the people that judgment was coming, and they didn't want to listen. But Noah was patient in the Lord and believed, and at the end was rewarded for doing so. Jake don't have that vision. All Jake knows is this way of life. Getting up, going to work, entertainment. It's all whack. This is Hebrews 10:35. Cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. But we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of our soul. So, even though, we don't, we ain't gonna go back into the world, us of the hopeful elect, we put everything into this, we believe, and because we believe, we're gonna be patient, it's not easy, a lot of us are suffering, all of us are suffering in one way, shape, or form. We want to get up out of here. We are tired of just the same old cycle, here, these bodies, just the corrupt and the pollution. We need Yahushai. We need Yahushai to fix up this place. And for that, we're just patient. We're just patient and waiting. We're on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's schedule. All we can do is do the work, pray, be patient, and just wait upon the Lord. to Psalms 37:7. Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prepareth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So just wait patiently on him. Like I said, this is something I'm learning every single day. Because we just be catching hell from every direction, and you can't give up. Sometimes you get down, sometimes emotions get to you, but we can't give up. We understand, we understand why we got to go through certain things, and you just have to be patient. Just pray. You got to pray, continue to pray, and just wait on the Lord, and just believe. Matthew 24:13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Those, the elect are going to endure all things. The elect are going to endure Jacob's trouble, that hour of temptation. They're going to endure, the woes of life, and make it on top. And because, because of our because of us being patient, we're gonna receive a reward, a reward that far exceeds any type of reward we can receive now. A reward that that doesn't have an expiration date. That crown that never is going to rust. Those bodies that are never going to hurt or feel pain or go off. Even like for me right now, I have a very physical demanding job, and my back, we all, even with age, whatever the case may be, but my back is killing me, and I'm just thinking like, man, Lord willing, I make it, and I'm worthy enough to receive that body, that new body, and not have to feel these aches and pains, because these bodies are so fragile and weak. This is Ecclesiastes 7:8. Better is the end of a thing being thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. I can't be proud in this thing, like we ain't shit. Some people, Jake be so proud, that you really gotta be humble every day. Never get too high up, and never get too low. Just be humble, level-headed. Because that proud spirit, that it's not healthy. And you can be proud, and the Lord will humble your ass so quick, so quick. And we all been there. We all been there. So that's why it's just better to just be patient, be humble, trust in the Lord, wait on Him. There's Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. You know, that sea hip, you know, that chip that they want to put in everyone within the next, by 2030, you know, 2025, pretty much damn near almost done. You know, that shit just flew by. You know, the next 4 years, 4 years or even less than that, you know, they want everyone to be, everyone to get, that chip, you know, in their body. You know, so because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You know, that's the big one right there. You know, that's the climax, is when that chip gets rolled out. Because when that, as as men of the Lord, as prophets, as watchmen, we know we know the technology is already out there, but when Esau rolls that shit out, that's a clear sign that Yahushua is, he's close. You know, he's very close now, but the prophecies have to unfold. They have to happen. You know, Yahushua is not going to return until that hour of temptation is declared amongst the whole world. Verse 11: Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. You know, we can't let anybody, fuck up the vision. We can't let anybody, steer us away from our goal in obtaining that crown. You know, that's the goal right here. And it's going to require a lot of patience, a lot of patience, a lot of patience, a lot of faith, because we're going to need it in the very difficult times that are fastly approaching. So that's going to do it for this one, just on patience, waiting on the Lord, trusting in Yahweh Shem Shai. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. And peace, blessing, and safety to all the Akim out there pushing His truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until the next one, Shalom.